Hey, welcome. These wristbands. Oh, I like that. These wristbands also work as a seltzer koozie. So order yours now, available absolutely nowhere. Welcome to Amico Forever. Happy Wednesday. Like to welcome Panda Sub 2000 and Nick Geeks with Cash. Lots of cash. I've seen his setup. All right, let's jump into it. Who has got their games?
I did. I haven't pulled them out of the mailbox yet. They arrived today.
I heard they might look something like this.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa. Nice backdrop.
You noticed,
right
hey?
here.
Whoa!
I just noticed it. Was that on the whole time?
It was.
I'm so used to seeing
it wasn't
that.
pre-show.
But I noticed that
There's me right there.
Your studio isn't decorated like
I know. I was a minute off.
Matched it, but do you have the decoration?
I did a screen grab the minute you got up, and then I missed the decorations.
So great. You missed the decorations. Oh, let me say hello to everyone in chat. Kurt, what's happening? Oh yeah, everybody's getting their games now. Dan Ruff, how you doing? Swami, how you doing, dude? Let's see who else we got here. Jeff Davis, as always, hey. Johnny Ups, how you doing? Ms. Rhea, what's going on? So, yeah, so I figured I'd open up this box live on the air.
Whoa!
We've all seen these about a million times, but I just am going to open it up. So there was a guy, and gosh darn, I forgot his name. He was in one of the Facebook communities for Amico, and he had a brilliant idea. I guess if I would have just paid attention, or anybody could have done this. By the way, I love the packing with all this insane bubble.
Oh, thank goodness they didn't use like those freaking packing pellets. I hate those things.
Oh, these
things get everywhere, man.
What's happening, Nogar? Oh my gosh. So, oh my goodness, I almost cut myself. That would have been fun. Halloweeny, huh?
So how many packages did you get of the games? How many?
Got 3 sets.
Too many.
3 sets.
I got 3 sets. So this is my my third set.
And did you see Go Game Go? They got like a different version of one of the games.
Yeah, and
Papa Pete did. Yeah, apparently it was
the
first variant.
No, Jeff did on Monday on the show. He opened his and he had the upside down one. But there was a guy in the Facebook chat, I can't remember his name, but he said if you look through the tops without looking, see those all coins there?
Yeah.
That's how you know there's no variants. You don't even have to unseal them. But if you see not a coin on the top and it's like flipped around, it's on the bottom, then you know you get a variant.
Are they official variants or is it just production mistakes?
Well, it's a mistake, but it's still a variant. You know, it's like,
sure.
Like if there's a misprint on like an old box, it's gonna be, you're gonna want that. I guess more of a misprint than a variant, but let's see. Do you want to do your unboxing later this week? Yeah, this is my third set, dude. This is my third set. So yeah, they're friggin' amazing, man. I just love collecting. I'm really a guy that likes to see it on the shelves. I know a lot of people are like that. I'm weird, I guess.
I mean, mine will mostly stay on the shelf. I mean, I'll open them up to register the game, and then they'll stay on the shelf.
What's the weight compared to, like, let's say, a Switch case?
Let me see.
I think it's lighter, a little heavier because the coin's
it is a little
heavy.
Oh, right. Yeah, well,
it's sense. To be it's probably because of the coin. I'm going to be honest, because that's kind of a heavy coin. It's almost similar. Switch a little bit heavier because of the plastic, but for that size versus, I mean, look at this is what you're looking at versus a Switch game.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a little bit wider and a little bit smaller.
And I believe there's no, see, I get a lot of, if you haven't joined, if you're a Amico fan on Facebook, they got the Amico Society, Amico Gaming Society, and what's the other one? I'm drawing a blank. An Amico Gaming Community? No, wait, hold on. Amico Society. Now I'm gonna have to look because I'm gonna feel bad if I don't.
That was just Intellivision Amico community or something like that.
Yeah, it's here's my groups. Intellivision Amico and gaming community. Okay, I was right. And then a Intellivision Amico Society, which is at TJ's. So the cool thing about that is there's a lot of people in there that'll just kind of make suggestions. Like the one guy's like, yeah, look through the top, you can see without having to, because they got those clear things. And another thing was there was a guy that had they were looking for clear protectors for these. And I guess there was like Atari Lynx boxes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I never had an Atari Lynx.
The clear protectors.
They never looked all that appealing to me for some reason.
I wouldn't know
Atari Lynx?
Two clear protectors on Atari Lynx stuff. But I guess
so cool.
2 games together will fit in one of those clear protectors.
Oh,
so
cool.
If you get those, then you could clear protect these. Like like the ones I opened, I might actually do that. So that is pretty awesome.
Howdy, eating Control V.
Mukbang. Slappy, I'm drawing I'm maybe glad I don't know that word. Hi, by the way.
Mukbang.
Isn't mukbang like when you overeat? I think that's like when you overeat on camera.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it like a thing overseas?
Yeah, it's when people gorge themselves on food, I believe.
Yeah, this is not a gorging meal. This is like 650 calories after I did like a 400 calorie run.
This is look at those.
I didn't say
it. Social eating on camera. Sorry.
Oh, social eating on camera. Okay. I sort of do that on this stream because I was telling the guys before, regardless of what I do to try to expedite the process, me getting dinner before 7:30 just does not happen. I can do every chore in the house,
Dude, it makes
do
sense.
all the prep work. I can do everything except for physically cook the meal because I don't want to time it too early because then my wife's food is cold. So it just doesnn't happen.
Don't feel bad.
Of my house.
Don't feel bad. If you notice, I'm always like popping these little pills in my mouth.
Annoyed when people start bagging on it because it's the reality of where I live in my household.
Dude, I'm constantly popping horse tranquilizers in my mouth. So like,
well, that's a different thing entirely. Maybe that's why you're not very good at.
Everybody's got their own vice.
Touche.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, that's that's awesome. Oh my goodness, man.
Trust me, I have tried to get through dinner before we start this stream because I don't want to be chewing and talking with my mouth full the whole time. But I've tried, guys. I've tried. It does not work out. Sorry, not sorry. Eat my dinner because I'm having a massive blood sugar crash and I got to eat something. So it was not going to sit there with me staring at it forever.
I've been horse tranquilizers whatever gets you through the day.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right now.
Yeah, if you weren't a horse tranquil
that is a good point.
Solve a lot of your problems.
But then I'd have to face grim reality. So
yeah, no, that's never fun. That's never fun.
There is that disappointment.
I'm back in space. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
I'm happy people showed up because Tommy was just on another podcast doing a great job.
Wrapped up from level 357, 857,
857.
Why did I say 357?
Great group of guys over there.
Yeah, those are good guys.
Yeah,
and by the way, I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm just stating the reality of my situation here. This is because I've had multiple people. I've had videos made. I've had multiple people make fun of it. So I guess I'm getting a little sensitive about the topic, and that's on me.
It's all right.
It's all good.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, they were actually talking about. I think we were talking about this, or someone was asking me in comment. And Tommy just talked about this tonight on the chat. So it was, or on the podcast. It was about Moon Patrol multiplayer. People were like, "Well, how do you get so many dune buggies on there, or how many vehicles?" And know what it is like, so get this. And there was one thing I didn't realize is that in Moon Patrol for multiplayer, okay, you can have someone control the jumping, someone
does the shooting,
controls the shooting, the upward shooting, and I think the forward shooting, and then someone controls speed up or slow down, And for a versus multiplayer, someone controls the UFOs that are shooting and bombing
that's
you.
awesome.
And I was like, dude, that's the way I want to play. It would be like that versus mode where you're trying to bomb the buggy instead.
Yeah, because I always wanted to see that in games. There was like a Pac-Man game where you could control the ghost, and I thought that was really cool.
Really? What is that?
Interesting.
Excuse me. Yeah. So I think anytime that you can actually play as the enemies, especially on like a 2D side scroller or something simple, is a lot of fun. So I'm happy they're implementing that.
Yeah. So like, what Pac-Man? As I spit, what Pac-Man game can you control?
So I know for a fact I had it on a really old like 1980s device that was like yay big, and one person was on. It was like a little tabletop.
Oh wow!
And one person can control the ghost, the other person can do Pac-Man. But on top of that, I think Game Boy and GameCube, did a Pac-Man versus or something like that with Game Boy connectivity. I could be wrong, but I think one person was the ghost.
That sounds pretty amazing. That would be a perfect example. And I had mentioned that.
That would be a nightmare if you could have like 4 other players plus the Pac-Man.
Yeah, like each person's a ghost.
Each person's a ghost, and then one person controlling Pac-Man. Yeah, that would be a freaking nightmare for the player.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great.
Yeah, there you go. GameCube has Pac-Man verse. Boom. Thank you.
Yeah, because you'd basically be on their ass the whole time, like.
Yeah, it would basically be like what they did with
Head them off and like group them in.
Like Evolve in the Jason game, only on like a 2D plane with Pac-Man.
Right.
Right. You're just constantly getting stalked. Can't wait to buy planes. Played that on television. My dad loved it. Laughed so much, dude, and it's fun. I had such
it's tricky to learn. It's tricky, at least for somebody new like me coming into it, to learn.
Doing that nose, or what do you call it, the free fall and coming
just
out
not
of
nose diving is a little tricky, to be honest. And then figuring how to recover from a stall is another thing entirely that I didn't quite figure out. I mean, it's fun, but it takes a little bit of learning.
I have a question for you guys. So on the Finnegan Fox game that is 1 to 4 players, how does the 4-player work? 4 foxes, or is like a.
I have not seen that. I think they're doing like competitive multiplayer stages on it.
So there's not like multiple foxes.
I got one open.
That, or it's some sort of race or something like that. Maybe I don't know. I didn't get a lot of details on that. We didn't get to. Well, we got to play Finnegan Fox, but
that's
we
weird,
didn't get to play like multiplayer. I don't think it was ready then.
I'm trying to see if it says it on the card or anything. Yeah, 1 to 4 players. I mean, in the original Fox and Forest, there wasn't a multiplayer.
I doubt it.
The original Fox and Forest did not have a multiplayer now.
So this
and it was a single player game.
Huh. Yeah, that I don't know. I'd like to know. But how about that Moon Patrol though? I think that's cool that you can control the UFOs. Like going back to that, like that is like I didn't realize that. Yeah, Biplanes is just a good classic game. Just like a Pac-Man, it's you play a few rounds and whoever's the best. I love the little thing where you can get the spear, and there's like different things you can get on there, but there's a spear that has like it looks like a long sword at the front of your plane, and you can literally rip through a different plane and just destroy them, and it's like so satisfying.
You played Biplanes, right?
Yeah.
What game would you guys say was like the most surprising for you guys that was great? Like that one you thought like, oh, okay, I'll try it, but it wound up being way better than you even thought.
Space Trackers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one too.
Because I had low expectations for Space Trackers. I didn't really have much interest in it, and then I played it and I went, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Have you guys ever played Heave Ho?
No, I don't think I've even heard of that.
That's a game that should go on the Amico. It's a swinging mechanic game, which is perfect for the little dial, and you swing your friend, and you have to throw them to like catch onto different buildings, and then you have to try and get it onto them. It's a really cool game. Look it up. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jason.
No.
It's on the Switch. Check it out.
So they're saying Johnny Up says he believes Tommy said there was shooting levels. It might even be just everybody takes a turn. It might still be just a platformer where you can play 4 players. It's just taking turns, I'm guessing. Swami says no, he doesn't think there is any. Yeah, so shoot up mode. So that's two people saying shoot up. Man, I kind of remember something about a shoot up mode. I think it's like Evil Knievel, where only the target rock cycle is multiplayer. Yeah, or the rocket cycle. Yeah, that's like I have actually both versions of that. The loop the loop stuff is awesome, but the rocket cycle with the dart board over the Snake River Canyon or whatever, that is
You played that. Did you play that
Pretty good.
version? Can I ask you a question? How do you anytime I watch a demo of someone playing it, it's how do you see where you're gonna go? It doesn't show you the landscape in front of you, I don't think, right? Is it just guessing?
Well, you got to deploy your shoot. So like you tilt your angle that you want to go at, and you see. Well, there's usually like at the time there's 4 people playing on the ones we were at, and then you hit your exhaust and it blows out, but you can't keep it like too long or overheat and you'll explode.
Okay.
So you got to like get it just good enough, and then you're releasing. And then you see it slowly goes to the right. So then when you think you should deploy your parachute, that's when you hit it, and then it deploys, and you can also do it just to smash into someone, or you can do it to kind of, to knock someone off course. And then it's kind of just trying to guess when to deploy and how the wind will take you over into the dart, which makes it hilarious because you just start yelling at people.
Yeah, it's a good party game, right?
But that's what it is. It's a party game. It's one of those one round. Okay, who won? Okay, another round. And I love those type of one-off like round games, where it's like you're just, you're taking a turn. Really cool. And then like Dino Blaster was another one. But the one that when you're talking about ones I never thought I'd like, or think it was really fun and really was gonna buy, and now I'm gonna buy when it comes out, is Emoji Charades.
Oh, really?
That one's actually kind of hard.
Right? And I thought I guess the challenging part is what's funny, because they don't give you you think, because there's an emoji for pretty much anything. But when you like have a certain thing on the screen, but the emojis don't add up, you got to be very creative,
Well, how does it work? Forgive me. Like, I don't even understand what the concept is.
So,
they'll have a question like, this villain this villain was in the Avengers, right? And your answer will be like Thanos. Mm-hmm. So you'll have to pick the emojis to clue people in to who you're looking for, right? So it's sort of like it's basically like charades where you're trying to kind of describe something without words, right? But you have to use emojis 20, instead.
It's like 20 or 25 emojis, and then it's not the ones you can normally use.
Right.
So you're like, it's not going to be a jeweled fist snapping his fingers, which I'm sure there's an emoji, obviously. So you'd have to be.
I couldn't even find a world icon or an explosion or anything like that when I was playing, and I'm like,
and then maybe
God, how do I do this?
A fist or a hand next to the world exploding, and it's Marvel. You'd kind of get that. Like my big one, and I said this before, was Sonic the Hedgehog when we did old school gaming. But there was no gold rings. There was no hedgehog emoji or animal emoji. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be weird. So they had like X's and O's, like red X's and O's, like Valentine's looking one. And then they had a pair of sneakers. So I put the pair of sneakers up, and then I did O to be like the rings. And then everybody's like, or my buddy is actually like, oh, Sonic the Hedgehog. And I was like, yes. So I was like, okay, I get this. This is going to be fun. But it's kind of a group, so you can play in teams. You could have like 10 people and want to, have like one of their members, having their people guess, and then you switch over in another team. Dude, like I thought it was more of like, like I'm like, oh, that's kind of, which, it's kind of mobile-esque game, like why would I have fun with that? Why would, no, it's a lot of fun putting it on a TV, man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they asked how you do single player on Emoji Charades, and I said, you don't.
Yeah, that's definitely a party game.
You don't. It's a group game.
unless there's a thing where you could have the computer start throwing them to you, and then you got to guess. Yes, that is a awesome Voltron shirt. That was Voltron. The first thing I said when he came on the stream. I was like, hey, Nick, whoa, cool shirt.
It looks a little funky when it gets in there because I've still got the green screen filter on, so it looks a little goofy. Yeah.
Why do you have a green screen? Is that not your real background?
No, this is. Actually, I just don't have the green screen up. I didn't have
you
just have the filter on.
Oh, the filter.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm trying to hold on,
I'm like, that's the most pointless green screen ever if you digitally represented your house behind you.
Let's try it that way. There we go. That's a little better. There we go.
Yeah,
Here's the shirt.
There we are.
Here we go. Okay.
You have no idea how much that excited me, by the way.
I usually use a green screen.
Hands up! My hands are up.
Everybody show your hands.
Where's it now?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, on the stream tonight.
It's the horse tranquilizers, dude. They get me a little.
They're saying, yeah, it could be probably have a single player, but have like an AI, like so. That'd be the thing. I guess that there's got to be like one where maybe the
computer... but how would you answer it though? I guess is the question. Because we just played it in the multiplayer run, and people were showing
we
the
didn't
answers.
Even think about doing it, but maybe a little keyboard. Like, I mean, it's like a phone, so maybe a little keyboard pops up. You type in.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be real simple, actually. I didn't even think about that. Talking about like how everybody has a color touch screen. We never even thought about this. You're going to have a virtual keyboard probably on a lot of games where you can type stuff like in. Because I'm sure a lot of those, like, what do you want to call it? Like the trivia and games where you have to answer and it's not like multiple choice or you have to like shout out an answer, or like those win, lose, or draw type games where you're going to have to at least type in, like if it looks like they're drawing a chicken, you're going to have to type in chicken unless they enable the mic and you get to go chicken, you know? Like, I mean, that's be kind of crazy.
I don't know how it's going to recognize that though, because I mean, that's like any kind of it's kind of like any voice activation. I mean,
yeah, but I think that
if you're from the South and you try to use voice software, it's a nightmare. It does not work.
I just checked the official site for Emoji Charades, and it appears it's definitely at least 2 players. I don't know about the Amico version.
Oh, but... okay. Love my ass. Yeah, dude. They have. If you got that from Intellivision, they have really good quality shirts.
Yeah, they're like jackets and everything like that are really top notch. I need to order a couple more shirts and stuff.
Yeah,
I was so gun shy because the last one I ordered took like 4 months to come in stock. And
no.
I think the one-player emoji charade should just be it constantly making fun of you that you have no friends.
Yeah.
That would be.
How many emojis can it come up with to tell you how much?
This person has no friends.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, and I believe there is a Back Talk Party game coming on the Amico too. I know Tommy had mentioned that before, so then that works in with that, which I've never played, but. I'm guessing that's what'll work in with the microphone and the speaker in there. Yes, I do hope. I hope. Whoops, checked on the wrong one.
I don't need a reality check for my games.
I hope more box editions are coming soon. Yeah, I will.
I don't know if they're going to do that yet or not. I know these were the first ones they put in production. I think they're trying to knuckle down to get the console out at this point. So I don't know. Do I have 2 DJCs right now? Am I the only person not channeling DJC right now?
I really need to Photoshop my face on that.
Yeah. But do you have a set of these to make it official?
You know, I was actually kind of annoyed with you, Chuck, because when you came to Philly, you brought everything but the wristbands. And I'm like, I can't believe you didn't bring wristbands.
I think
of all the things.
The only person that has a pair of wristbands other than me would be Tommy. But hey, he brought back my favorite console. So
true.
You know, if you guys do that, you all get wristbands.
I feel like I shouldn't have to bring back an extinct console in order to get wristbands. I feel like that's setting the bar a little high there, sir.
Background magic. It's DJC and CJD. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah. I love that, by the way. I just can't stop
Nick,
laughing.
I can send you the image if you want.
Well, it feels like I can go like
I probably
this
won't set it up tonight,
hand.
but yeah, for future use, sure.
Sure. I'll Photoshop your face on it too. It'll be really strange.
Dude. I wonder if there's a place where you could, you know how you can get like an action figure made or like a little bobblehead made. I wonder if there's a place where you could do like a mask, like a rubber mask
of yourself.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
That would be
sure
completely counterproductive, but awesome.
Oh, I just don't know if you really want to pay the money for it.
Bryan Cranston did that famously at a Comic-Con. He came in, he had a Walter White mask on.
It was like one of those like realistic ones where it looked like stuck to your skin, and it was actually him.
Yeah.
That's my name.
We could do it too. It would just be very uneventful. It would just be a weird, creepy thing to do.
So what?
All your options on Netflix.
All options. Netflix, Chapel. What is Chapel crap going on?
I think he means
oh, the Chappelle.
Chappelle, yeah.
Just a topic other than Amico. There's not much news about it this week. I think watched it. I thought I love Chappelle, man. I thought like
I thought the special was fine. I thought everybody kind of overreacted for the group he went after, because he's gone after other groups a lot more aggressively than he did this group. But I mean, what do I know?
I personally think everything should be censored. Personally, I just think comedy is much funnier, and we can really get to know one another better if we're always scared to talk about anything. So that's my personal opinion. So.
Anyways, we had an event today, or event reaction video today by Intellivision, so I was going to throw that up there.
What a great video.
Oh, need some puzzle games in the system, something like Super Marble Madness, dude.
Marble Madness would be great. Super Monkey Ball, I don't think they'll get, because Nintendo just brought that out on the Switch not that long ago. Hey, Ben.
Dude, yeah, the Marble Madness would just be perfect though for something like that.
Because I wanted to see something like that on the console too. Matter of fact, I put it on my list of like games that I think should make it to the console.
You know what puzzle games should always, like, forever? I just want to like make if I was somehow the Lord Supreme of the world, I would only have one rule. It would only be one rule.
Well, first of all, you got a good start with that backdrop, but go
absolutely
ahead.
I do. Well, you have a good backdrop of my house.
Thank you so much.
I just creepily have a picture of you in my house. So
why do you have a cardboard stand-up of me? That's where I draw the line. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not any more creepier than why do you have a cardboard?
Why do I?
Good question.
There's a huge story behind that, and it's actually pretty funny, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, just real fast, the one puzzle thing that I hate the most, if is anyone in the chat that disagrees with me, do me a favor, ban them forever. It's those sliding puzzles. Who enjoys sliding puzzles? You know when you try and make the picture?
They keep putting them in video games, and I keep
It's everywhere.
Why are you making me do this?
No one likes it. Someone had to test it, and they said, I effing love this. Who is that person?
It's like Locomotion.
I don't like them.
And what's the Happy Trails from Activision back in the day, where you had to slide the tiles for the train.
Yeah, who likes tile puzzles? Ugh.
Oh, this is a great thing. Will ColecoVision make a comeback now that well, after the disaster that was the Coleco Chameleon? I don't know. I almost pre-ordered that, and I almost put like money towards it until I realized I'm like, wait a second, because they started getting, where they actually showed it was like a different thing inside something. But I was all about it when I saw that, and maybe something retro would come out. I think that was the very first retro thing before all the minis and all that stuff come out.
And that one was clearly a scam. Like, if you ever wanted a textbook example of scam, there it was.
Yeah, Tetris would be amazing. I mean, you got all this Pac-Man 99, Tetris 99, Super Mario 30.
Bubble Bobble would be awesome. The Bubble Bobble puzzle game.
Oh, yeah. Like the Bust a Move thing that goes.
Oh yeah, Bust a Move. That's what it's called. Yeah,
I love that one.
I love that game so much.
Yeah,
isn't that like a Taito title too?
It is Taito, yeah.
Yes, the Evil Knievel coin is probably the best looking in my opinion. And also the label, I think everything about that collection, even the lenticular looks like this, like the motorcycle's coming doing a wheelie right out at you.
I think they took a lot of care with them because there were a lot of posters for Evil Knievel back in the day. Yeah. So I think somebody took a long look at a bunch of those posters before they made that artwork.
They're terrible except for the one in Wind Waker. Oops, I must have came into the wrong thing on that.
I think he's talking about sliding puzzles.
Sliding puzzles, yeah. I was like. Yeah. I'm just.
And I don't even remember the one from Wind Waker.
They put the sliding puzzle in that in the Assassin's Creed Light game there. What was
oh god, did they?
You know what I'm talking about. It was really good. The cartoony one that came out recently. Not Odyssey. It was from the same people as Assassin's Creed. It was the mythology one. You know what I'm talking about. It's such a
I'm
good
drawing
game.
a complete blank here.
But you know what I'm talking
Tina?
about.
Okay. No, that's not Ubisoft. That's somebody else.
There's a Cyclops on the
You
cover.
threw it at the person. Sorry, just looking at your
Something Fenris Rising or something like that.
Phoenix Rising. Oh, my
Phoenix
name.
Rising.
There you go. Phoenix Rising.
I haven't played that one. It looked
Oh,
neat.
so good.
It
It's
looked
such a
really
good
neat.
game.
I haven't gotten to it.
It's Zelda meets Assassin's Creed, and it's cartoony. It's so good.
See,
Thank you,
you
Ben.
had me until you said Assassin's Creed. I do not like Assassin's Creed.
Neither do I. Well, I liked Odyssey. If you liked Odyssey, it's similar.
I didn't play Odyssey. The only one I played the first one. It got really tedious really fast, and then I came back in around Black Flag and enjoyed it when they let me be a pirate, and then they pulled me out of the Animus, which annoyed me. And
Just trust me, it's a good game.
Then they made
Trust
me
me.
be an assassin in the game, which I always hated. And then I said, I'm done.
Believe me, try it, and if you don't love it, you can sue me for 5 pennies. That's what I got.
Ow. I can retire.
Yeah.
Trying to share my screen. I guess we'll find out in a second if this is going to work. Because it wouldn't let me upload the video because it was like too long.
Please be a nude. Please be an accidental nude.
There's zero
Do I
nudes.
need to go find this video?
The most thing you're gonna see is probably like toy collections and game stuff and Intellivision stuff.
Let me,
There's nothing that's gonna watch. I say that, then All right, I'm gonna try this here.
It could happen.
I think this might be it. Let me see.
Oh, this is such a good video. This is really good.
Is that it? Can you guys see that or no?
The Merlin?
Yeah, here we go. It's connecting. It's a process.
I thought they did such a good job on this this video. The editor did a really strong job. There's no sound for me though.
Well, I was going to ask the crowd, can they hear it? Because I don't care if I can hear it. I'm more concerned if they can.
I'll tell you in
I
1
can hear it. I
second.
don't know. Can you guys hear that in the chat?
No, there's no audio on it.
Gosh darn it. How do I fix that?
Well, if you could just raise your speakers, because I'm hearing it through your speakers.
Oh, here, let's do that.
Under $10
There you go.
We can buy 6 games
A little bit,
month,
at least.
and we're still less than what we're paying for one game, right?
It's really fun, man. I like the family-friendly aspect, the ability to jump in and jump out.
It's fun. It's accessible. I know you thought it was great. It's nice to see something more family-oriented. Something I grew up.
What's their editor's name?
Family-friendly.
Chris, is that right?
It's nice.
Eric, I believe.
Oh,
That was
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric. I thought he did a really good job on this. I thought he got the pacing right. He got the demo right. Like I thought this is the kind of video I think Intellivision needs to start spitting out a lot more of.
Oh, I think you're going to see a lot more of family.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
That's
great.
what we're going after.
Yeah, and we've all kind of said that. Like when we did the first one, I'm like, this is what you guys need to be showing.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is your focus anyways, on families,
Oh, the
parents,
Billards right there.
kids.
Billiards. I said that wrong, and people were freaking.
It's a 4-player game, and mom and dad want to come on board. Love that.
I used to always call it pool.
I've called it both.
Billiards. Is it billiards or billiards? Billiards.
It is billiards. You got it right.
Billiards.
Always say that especially when you go out with friends. You tell them, hey, let's go and play billiards. Do that. That's how you say it.
I feel like that's going to get you slapped upside the head, but
That is correct, Nick.
I come
That is
back
what
and
I'm.
I'm like,
That's what I'm aiming for.
Oh, you slapped me. You said it was right. So I sounded like the guy from Hanna-Barbera. Exit stage left.
Suffering succotash.
Yeah.
It's great to be able to have some stuff where you can be
And this guy also shoots the stuff too, right?
Yeah.
He did. He really. My hat's really off to him. I thought he did an amazing job on this video.
Oh, he does. He's a great dude too.
yeah, he's a good guy. We were helping him out the best we could at the one in at the Crayola Center, trying to get different angles for him so he could put something together. But he was all over the place. We mostly tried to keep some static shots so we had some angles from there and let him cover different dynamic angles.
I just think that a lot of
I love the little girl like playing, just having a great time. Like, and that Shark game is all for kids, man. Like that.
Then I find it concerning that that's like my most favorite game to play. Like, if that is that like only kids only? Because it looks so fun to me.
What, Shark? No.
Yeah.
There were plenty of people, adults, kids, grandparents, didn't matter. Everybody was having a good time with it.
That and Night Stalker, those are the two games I'm looking forward to most.
Yeah, those were. Let me clear this out here. Yeah, Night Stalker, dude. And then we found out later that Tommy, we just didn't ask. I don't think we thought to ask, but that Night Stalker was actually there in Philly. We didn't ask to go, hey, can we play Night Stalker? I bet there was a lot. Well, there was a lot, I think, but I think there was already so many games to play.
Hey, Atari, great.
Howdy, Atari.
Hey, great.
You know, can I real fast address Balding Bob Ross?
I'm a little annoyed just by the name because
Bob
Ross was a really happy guy who painted trees. Why are you bringing all the hate?
He had so much hair too.
The family focus seems to be full of crap to me. No family advertising money spent yet, even though.
But I can answer this. It's easy.
Well, yeah, I could too. But go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
It's your show, dude.
No. You please.
Technically, it's hard to say whose show it is.
It's your show. Obviously, I just copied you.
So it's actually like, so I understand the question. I really do. Everyone's been saying family friendly over and over and over again. Where's the advertising? It seems to be that they keep going for people like us, and they seem to be going to like the 40+ crowd, old retro gamers. Where's the family? That's because, in my opinion, and you guys would know probably better than me, but I would venture to guess it has to do with until they know when they're starting to move this thing out, you want to spend your money right. And I think the closer they get to the launch, that's when you're going to start to see that real big push towards mothers, families, all that.
There's no reason spending advertising dollars on a subset of the market.
Exactly.
That you can't grab yet.
And they're less forgiving. So, we're all used to delays. We're all used to, the ups and downs of the game industry.
Dude, I've had toys on pre-order for like over a year, waiting on a second one to come in. Of the
adult kind? What kind are we talking about?
Transformers.
Oh, okay.
Masterpiece Transformer level things, and it's taken them forever to do the production on one of them. So my order's just been sitting there.
Okay.
For ages. Waiting on the other one to get through manufacturing so I can have it. And I paid for that in full. I could get my money back on it, but it's already paid in full. So, I mean, I'm no stranger for waiting a long time for a product to come out, I guess is the way of putting it.
I've done it the same with pre-ordering, like a lot of the homebrews. Like, I'm big on the homebrew scene. There's a homebrew I ordered almost a year ago, and they had said, hey, we're going to be delayed a little bit more. I'm like, I understand. I have no problem doing a pre-order, or it eventually will come, especially with these where you get your money back, it's like
you can get your money back on it, so it's no big deal. And I mean, I can get that on the homebrews too, because if you don't pick up on those early, they're already sold out, and then you can't get your hands on it at all. And unless you just want to download the ROM, I guess you could do that on those cases.
No, I mean they had it ready to go, but you've got to remember that's when they thought it was going to be coming out, and then we were optimizing things, but I think it's always been stuck at that 99% thing because they were waiting on everything,
Well, you can have it 99% of the way done, but until you can get a hold of the parts to do the actual manufacturing, it'll stay at 99.
Yeah, because you basically got certain amount of units, but you don't have you don't have anything that you could put into production yet. So that's why you're always seeing it staying at that, and it still kind of is.
And
I would actually say the fact you're seeing family stuff now, I think, is actually a pretty good sign. I think to me that's
showing they're close to doing something.
I would imagine they're close to doing something. That would be my guess.
I think they're starting to make some headway on it. I think you'll see something.
I mean, you got the
see something in probably not this year, but I think you'll see something next year is my theory on it. But I mean, a lot of these things, like the way I've kind of dug into this a little bit, and the way I've seen it happen is like companies will be trying to build something and they'll be able to get a hold of some parts, and some parts will come in, and then other parts will come in, but they can't get a hold of that last part, and that holds up the whole manufacturing until they can get all of it together, because it's not going to go onto the line till you have everything there to be able to build it, right? Otherwise, you're not going to. Why would you spend the line time when you can't actually manufacture it? So things just sit there and waiting for the rest of it to come in, right? So
Yep.
it's just kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's
A
true.
curling game. Curling would be a great sports
I
game
was
with
just-
motion
Curling would be
control.
cool.
Dude, curling would be funny because if you had
A broom attachment.
basically like a stick attachment, and you were going like this the whole time, and just
You could do it while cleaning the house. It's like
faster. Yeah, and
You just attach the people who are the sweepers. Just attach their controller to like the broom.
Yeah.
founders will get the.
You could do
content
housework
December
and play
to
a game.
January. Dude, I'd be happy getting it beginning of next year sometime. But if it
Yeah.
if it comes out by December or Christmas or New Year's, then
I'd love to have it by Christmas. I don't
That
know
would
if
be
we'll get it by
amazing,
Christmas,
dude.
but I'd love to have it by Christmas.
What's the
And
chances of when you
Those are
get the
placeholder dates.
when
Sorry.
you guys get this system? What would you say the chances of you giving it to me would be? Like if you had to give a coin toss here, what am I?
I would say 0
Oh.
to negative
let me
point
toss a coin.
10. And Electric Dinosaur, I don't know how often you shop
you
at
got it,
GameStop, but if they don't have an official date, everything goes to the very end of the last day of the year.
First of all, Electric Dinosaur is a great name, and I love that.
It is a
name.
great name.
It's
It is
adorable.
a great name.
Well, what would you
Let's
guys
keep
say?
it
What's the
civil, but
game?
I do understand. I know people I know you got pre-orders, and everybody feels differently about
I'm
it.
not telling anybody to cancel their order, by the
No,
way.
he's talking to someone else in the chat. I'm just
Oh,
saying keep
okay.
it
I'm
civil.
like, when did I tell people to cancel? I said there's an
I just hope they don't
option.
go belly up before. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Tommy would ever let that happen. I don't think the guy's ever failed at anything. And he's got a lot in this, and so does everyone else. And they're
Let's just say we hope not.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to go that bad. I think it's going to only get better from where it was, because I think we went through think about it. 2020 and 2021 have been the worst 2 years for anything going.
What are you talking about? It's been a rip-roaring good time.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, this part of 2021 has actually had a lot of good games come out. Kenya came out, Deathloop came out. There's been Metro
Horse
Dread
Tranquilizer.
came out, Cruise and Blast came out. There've been a
Yeah,
bunch
I've
of
heard
good
that's
games that
good.
dropped.
Real fast, Herb Wars. He asked, out of the 8 games, which ones are you guys excited to play the most?
Well, Astro Smash is the one I love the most, but Night Stalker would be my next one, since I have.
No, but I think out of
He's
the
talking
8,
about the ones that you have in your hand.
Yeah.
The ones that you have.
I think
have
I've
none,
Played
so.
all the. Well, no, I haven't played. I played.
I would probably say Astro Smash and Moon Patrol out of those. Missile Command looks like a lot of fun, and I never played it as a kid, but that seems more fun when you've got more people.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Rigid Force. I'm a shooter guy. I'm a turbo.
Yeah, Ridge
graphics
Force
shooter.
Redux. I forgot about that one. I gotta get mine in the mail. Ridge Force Redux looks fun, and I might could get my wife into shooters that way because she could control the little orbital thing, which would be fun.
Does she play games, Nick? Typically?
Yeah. She
she-
she doesn't really play the same ones that I play. She'll do a lot of stuff like 7 Days to Die and
Oh, okay.
stuff like that. She's really into like the crafting and the survival crafting games.
Okay.
That's sort of more her jam.
Oh, I think we have another. I shouldn't say guest, another member. Whoa!
Hey!
Hey-oh.
And
Hey-o.
I'm gonna go over this really quick. The 1231. Everybody.
He looks enthused.
These are
He looks
placeholder
super
dates.
excited to be here.
These are placeholder dates that you're going to see on a lot of these websites. Usually end of year or first of year. Those are placeholder dates. There's no date announced yet until this happens. We're hoping in a
Anytime
few
on
months.
any site you see 12/31 of the current year, it means they have no date.
Right,
It's
yeah.
pretty universal. GameStop's been using it for years, and
love
I think
this.
Amazon uses it too, or they just say coming soon or something like that. But if they put a date at all and they don't have a firm date, that's generally what they'll drop it as.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, it's Rab. So how's it going, sir?
Good. I got my heads up that my order was delivered for my
Oh,
8-pack,
Congrats.
but it wasn't.
Oh.
Wasn't.
what?
See,
I don't-
mine said deliver too. I haven't been to my mailbox though.
That's a real C tease right there.
Well, I live in a building, so if it's not delivered and they dropped it off at the door, then someone else may have it. So I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, see, I have like a post box that's like up the hill, so sometimes I'm lazy to go up to the post. I have a house, but I still have to like go to like a communal mailbox. Like I'm in an apartment, which kind of annoyed me when I bought the house. I'm like, where's my mailbox? I bought a house. I should have a mailbox. I've been waiting
I just
years
need
to have
to
a
quickly
mailbox.
interrupt. I'm really sorry, but someone just asked about when is Octane, the S talking squirrel, going to make an appearance on Amico Forever. If you are the many of the ones of twos fans of my show, and you
Ones
like
of
that
fews.
squirrel, please watch this Monday. And I'm confident I will probably lose a lot of subscribers with the scene that he's in that I had to put an adult warning
Actually, I
on.
like the squirrel in Man Machine too. Man Machine's
watching.
fun.
I'm gonna lose a lot of.
I don't know. Every time you tell me that I'm gonna like unsubscribe to you when I see that, I start laughing. And you're
Dude,
like,
I had to put an adult warning on it. This one is pretty bad.
I probably could like it.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, and this is kind of a point here. Fast says, well, if you don't have the stuff to sell, no money coming in. I hope they release more physical games. Yeah, anything helps get revenue. And like a company like Tommy was saying earlier on the 857 podcast a little bit ago, they're constantly trying to bring money in. They're always going to try to look for investors and bring money in. That's going to be a constant thing you're going to see, especially after the last 2 years with the delays and everything that's going on in the world.
Exactly.
You're going to see a lot of that. But yeah, oh my God, I would love a Magic games like Demon Attack as a physical. Oh my goodness, Halloween special.
Well, we've already.
But yeah, I think you're going to see. I think I would love to see more different versions. I mean, we see this coming out and we're like, oh, it's got the coin and everything and the card, but this is just these first little runs they were doing for collectors. Wait, the next physical could be something completely different, And I hope that is kind of the way it is. I hope
that's the cool thing about the way they're doing the media. To jump on that point is you can make it anything you want, and so long as you can scan it right, and you can do that. Those little chips will fit in anything. So
well, Tommy's also talked about he wanted a standard. I mean, collectors, they don't like necessarily that you have something that is like this and something that is like large and off. Like you have the PS1 long boxes and the PlayStation, jewel cases. So he wanted something that was a standard across. So I think this is what they're thinking about as far as the easy to put out standard that is not going to be necessarily expensive, not going to be necessarily exclusive just to GameStop, just to Target or whatever, but they are looking at those other options. So
I think they could do some like different stuff with like different special editions or whatever, right? And you could always have the standard box, and they're cheap enough that you could buy that and then say like another one comes with like a statue or something like that, and you double dip and you pick that one up because you want whatever the statue is.
Yeah.
Because they're cheap enough that realistically $20 is not. If $20 is breaking your budget, then you probably shouldn't have bought the game.
So to be clear, those coins are not in. That's only going to be for these special ones. That's not like an ongoing physical item.
I don't know if we.
I think that's ongoing.
Oh, it is.
I think it might be ongoing, but
they should if they're going to have. That'd be a full collection. Would be pretty sweet, to have like to build onto that. But maybe add something different in there too,
So the coins are good for collectors, but some of this is going to go to stores. And if you think about, older grandparents, they collected coins quite a lot. So to the appeal of collecting coins, it's like an arcade token. And you have one for everything. It's easy enough to make. So the lenticular cards is like card collecting, the coin collecting. It kind of appeals to multiple demographics that might want to dip into, that collector mentality without just, doing something for us niche collectors.
Yeah, and I think that struck to the heart of the point is because, baseball cards, football cards, etc., whatever kind of card collecting you did in a day, the lenticular fits that. And then coins is another collectible thing. So like you said, both of those fit in that niche. And there could be other things that they could do that would fit in that. I mean, the only other thing they could have done with this that might have been nice is throw a piece of bubblegum in there.
So people were a piece of bubblegum, right? Like a baseball card.
I know.
So another thing, people were talking about a Magic games, like if they ever did physical versions of that. And I know he was mentioning that too about like you got that super chrome box. And then what about making, so say you did the RFID card, throw in like a lenticular overlay or some cool like trading card overlay. But like the artwork on the Magic games was actually on the cartridge. So imagine putting like a remade version of one of the cartridges like that. So say they're supposed to be redoing Beauty and the Beast and I think Microsurgeon. So say that comes out like that, and that's the physical RFID. So you got to collect a collectible no matter what happens to that game. Like I think that would be kind of cool. You got the Hot Wheels license. How about a car? What about there's so many options you could do, with all these different like things, especially when they're working with Topps. And I go back to that whole to be honest, the whole garbage pail kid or baseball card kind of thing. And I guess Topps is getting out of that, which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. But they got so much stuff going, they pretty much run collector cards. So it might not even really hurt them. But I'm just saying with them already in with Intellivision, I'm saying the collector card things that they could do, that's epic,
True.
Yeah, I think the first thing that I want to do with mine is I want to get like some baseball card protectors and slide the lenticulars into those.
Would you guys have liked if it went? Because I think some people were speculating it was going to be like basically just amiibos. So you just have a collection of amiibos that you could put on the thing. It'd be a game. I mean, would you guys like that, or would that throw off your collection? Like, some people like the boxes. Would that throw you off?
I think it depends on how you start. I mean, if they started.
I'm saying if that was from day one, like that was the idea.
I think people probably would have gone for it. They would have had like a couple little shells with them, and have them all sitting there like statues and stuff. I could see that working. I kind of like where they went with this because it fits that whole video game collector where you have the box on the shelf.
Yeah. I really thought they did a bang up job with the packaging, the box, everything. I actually really thought it was actually way better than I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
Yeah, for a system that's pretty much going to be all digital. I mean, that's just the way everything's going now. It's just the way of the world. But what a cool collector for a cool collection for a box product is all I'm saying. I liked it. And they're not like overpriced at all. They came in, if you bought the 8-pack, what was it, came in at like 17 or $18, 18 something maybe.
18 and change.
Like 18. Yeah. So I mean, for this, that even years from now, or no matter what, I mean, that's a good display item. Or you take all these out and you put them in a card album. You take all the coins, you put them in one of those coin books.
Or you could even frame them with like an Amico logo in the center and have little coin placements.
Yeah, you could put that in a little shadow box frame or something and hang it on the wall, man. I think for the price, they're perfect. They're I think if you would have added, people were like, "Well, add a instruction manual." Well, the whole purpose of Amico is to be simple, easy to pick up and play. There shouldn't really be an instruction manual how to play the game. It should be like this moves, this shoots, and that's about it. So I think that's the reason. But also, then you're looking at a $30 game when you get an overlay and then this other stuff and everything, and then you want this to be an actual cartridge instead of a card. Like, yeah, they wanted to do something special, but they didn't want to break the bank, I think.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish they did. Oh, sorry, Reb.
Go ahead.
Go, Reb.
No. Everyone always talks over you, Reb. Go.
No, I interrupt everybody.
That's all right.
The only thing like I would have liked to have seen added to these collections, themed with what they're doing with Amico, would have been like a custom vinyl overlay, like what they're doing with the 3-packs, which are not too expensive. If they did something that was thematic to Finnegan Fox, and they did something that was thematic to Brain Duel and stuff that you could put on that came with each one of these, I think that would be a smart move, because I think that would drive people to want to get the physical, because they're playing the game and then you have this special controller overlay for that game.
Oh, you're saying like a little press button overlay or something. That would be kind
of
neat.
Like they have with the American flag and the camouflage and the theme
galaxy. Like the skin.
All of the ones.
Oh, the vinyl skins. Yeah.
The vinyl skins.
Somebody mentioned that on my video where I talked about like the release of that and the sale and all that stuff. That would have been cool. And I can't say I disagree, because I mean, you have if you really like Finnegan Fox, then you'd have that skin that you could put over the controller and that kind of thing, which I think would be cool.
I just would.
Well, how about if you had like a special edition? Couldn't you do like if you tapped the little card thing on your console, that it actually sets up like a special themed light situation on your controller and a special like overlay on the screen, you could kind of do fun things like that.
Yeah.
And that would all be just done, digitally.
That'd be neat.
I'm going to take that
That would be
silence as
cool.
that was the worst idea of all time.
And me going, that would be neat.
Yeah.
I said it would be cool.
No, it was cool. It'd be very cool, man. Yeah, so we're talking about the controller. Yeah, you got to think there's a lot of different controller skins you could do. I'd like to see the skins for the, for doing the actual console. Although sometimes, like, I don't think I'd ever touch my wood grain and put anything over it. Same if I got like a GTO.
I don't think those skins would look good on the wood grain. I think it would be funky.
No, never.
I didn't really like them on the white or any of the ones that I saw, but I'm not real big on those vinyl skins personally. It's just never been a me thing. I get why people like them. It's just never been for me.
Yeah. Good first, no right? So
Breaking news.
Well, that was the whole thing. Was like whenever I thought, hey, what's happening? Woohoo!
Hey, Chris.
No, it's true. It's like when they first came out. Oh, I always have here. When I was like, what would be a future version of this? Well, obviously you don't want plastic to keep sliding in there and getting bent and everything, because that always sucked and they would pop out when you're trying to do it. I was like, oh, that'd be the coolest if they just made a digital overlay. And that's what's happening. I think that's what original. I mean, not sort of. I'm sure that's going to happen with the classic stuff. The newer stuff, they're utilizing it differently. But I always thought that. So, like, I think that's
a future version of that would have been the Intellivision 2, the cheaper version of that with like the cheaper brittle membrane.
Well, this is actually the flashback. So then this would be the latest one. So then after this, so see, I got you on that. No, I'm just kidding.
You see how he got you with that? Actually, finally, for once, Rob is having that done to him instead of him doing it to everybody else.
Then the flashback. That was funny. All right. But anyway, that's what I always thought.
Well played.
Well played.
When they said they were coming out with the screen, that's kind of when I was all in. I was like, dude, this is what I figured I'd love,
What do you guys think came first, the console idea of like a simple thing, like a simple family-friendly console, or the controller?
I think the console
concept. Yeah, the console itself, and then they probably went, as soon as they had the idea of the market that they wanted to hit, probably started working on the controller itself and trying to simplify it to the point, and then somebody looked at their phone and went, duh.
Yeah, right.
Right. That's what everything is now, a screen. Quick answer to this, because a couple people were saying, will your music get a physical release soon? Yes, I'm working on, and yes, LP vinyl record. That's what I really am pushing towards. They're expensive though, so I want it affordable, so I got to shop around.
Chuck, do me a favor in a private chat or something like that tonight. Send me the link to that again. I lost it, and I need to buy it. I've been meaning to buy it the last couple of days, and I keep meaning to ask you for the link again.
Oh, it's actually djcgamestudios.com.
And also, I don't mean to under the table give you one, but everyone really needs to go buy that album, because you did an amazing job.
Thanks,
Every song on that thing is fantastic. It's better than it should be. When you think of like a console inspired album, you might be thinking it's a little, the production value isn't that great or whatever. But I was blown away that you have different genres of music. You have disco 1 second, you've got rap another, you've got all these things. I think it's an amazing album, and I think people need to be buying that album. And you can even go to the site and they can even sample it, right, DJC?
Yeah, you could do like a 30-second sample. I just
sample it.
I just did
like barbershop quartet on there.
Yeah, there you go. That's volume 2.
It's so good.
But I thank you so much. And we did put a lot of effort into it, and trying to get it out in time to try to kind of during this whole delay thing, and we got a lot of surprises as well that I can't say right now, but that I'm working on. But it's going to be really cool. Other than that, the digital right now is at djcgamestudios.com. And I also did a little sample, a shameless self-promotion video that I uploaded on YouTube, which I'm sure people are going to destroy me on because it's like, but it's just kind of just showing the website and talking and sampling a few of the songs. But yeah, it's just if you'd like to support DJCGamestudios.com, you can get the album or you can buy the singles separately. And I'm working on the next physical that's going to come out is going to be like a really cool CD, like an actual compact disc. Remember those? And it's going to have some artwork just on the inside, like a 1-page artwork and some stuff in the back. And then after that, I really want to get like a vinyl where you can open it up and have like lyrics to all the songs and kind of something cool and collectible on the cover. That's kind of the stuff I'm still working on.
Imagine if it had one of them RFID, whatever the hell you call it, you could tap it on the Amico and then boom, the album's on there. So I just TM to that, I get all the money. So
there
just
you go.
So we're all clear. Everyone heard it.
I dropped the link a few times in chat, and just purchased and downloaded my own copy.
You know, you should also try and get Tommy. You should get Tommy to.
It is, folks.
You should get Tommy to do like a Shatner-esque version of one of your songs where he just like has a cigarette and just slow raps one of your songs. Oh, I don't know if you get the reference.
Is that when he did a Rocket Man
album?
Yeah, Rocket
Man.
I need a drink.
Yeah.
You need more than one drink if you're going to listen to that album.
Horse tranquilizers, try it.
Oh my goodness, yeah. My grandmother bought an Odyssey game in 1974. Had to put an overlay, on your TV
Actually,
screen.
every
that was my
Odyssey game, I think you had to have that kind of TV overlay. If I recall.
Overlay display.
You didn't need it, but
well, I mean, it helped to make it either soccer or
sorry,
football or same game, but whatever.
Yeah, the CDs they're gonna be like the easiest thing for me to do because no one really does CDs. But I mean, at least it'd be cool. You could throw it I personally don't have a disk drive in my computer, but a lot of people do. You can copy it and download it to your computer, throw it on a flash drive or MP3.
This was the first computer I never put a disk drive in, and it felt so weird building a computer with no disk drive.
That's what's weird. Like when I got mine, I guess I didn't even think. I was like, I need this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And they put it together. I get it home, and I swear I was like, I think I had like my first like editing thing was like an Adobe CD, and I went,
yeah, but you can get $25 USB ones.
Yeah, you can get a USB one to solve the problem. It's not.
That's what I have.
Like it's
right. Yeah.
Does it have the 5.25 floppy? That's what you need.
Oh
yeah,
God,
definitely.
Then there's the 10-inch floppy, the one that
64.
basically is it's basically a square vinyl record.
Yep.
No, I want to get like a cool looking vinyl, like what it should be like if it's an Intellivision. I was either looking for like a gold in wood grain with a to kind of do that, or and then maybe doing little singles for the I Want My Amico song, but do the aqua blue, but the actual record to be that color. But I
think like an aqua blue record with like a black Running Man on it would look dope.
I'm not holding out until you put it on punch card.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
They have those USB drives that look like a cassette tape, and it comes in a cassette. You can unfold, read stuff, but when you pull the cassette out, it goes like this, and it's the USB drive, and you plug it into your radio.
Neat.
Or
That's
I was
pretty
like,
cool.
dude, I might that would be pretty sweet. It turns it up like it's a damn commercial. Compare 1980 CDs to newer ones or streaming; they're much better and more dynamic.
Here we go.
I got 2 vinyls sold already. One to play, one to display.
Oh, I'd basically like end up framing it somehow is what I would do. I'd probably listen to the
definitely would love
MP3
one for that
version
here.
and frame the vinyl version.
The whole album is quote unquote sick. The whole thing is amazing. I think, Chuck, you did really seriously like an amazing job. I think, like a lot of people say that, like YouTube has been dead for a long time now. There's nothing new on it. And I think what you did here seriously is what the thing needs is creativity. And on top of that, something that's actually seriously good. It's not that you just thought outside the box. You made something that's actually legit good. So seriously,
and I got to give credit to Eric because Eric is my other half. We call him Eric J. I'm DJC. He's Eric J. But he is like we're literally 50-50 because if it wasn't for him doing all this music and production on it, like it would be nothing. It'd just be me saying like my story, so I mean, I write the story and the lyrics, but it's really Eric that really makes it,
You should get him on here
awesome.
one day.
Yeah, I really,
Yeah.
he's a busy guy, and I do want to sit down and kind of have a
Poppycock. That's what I say.
I want to have have him on the show, and I might do something like that soon because I got some Halloween stuff going on. I'm already decorating. Obviously, you're in outer space. You don't know about that, but
That is correct.
dude, speaking of YouTube and how great it is, and things coming along, it's great. Panda Sub 2000. If you've ever, whoops, my finger disappears. If you've ever seen his page, you have to subscribe. He is the George Lucas of YouTube, and and I stand by that. So check out his content. His is amazing.
There's some really great content, guys.
There might be some amazing content coming up. I won't say.
The glowing
Holiday
endorsement.
themed.
It's freaking ill. much like all the panelists on here tonight.
I take all the credit for that one. So
Yorgar says, I hope Tommy puts
We
your
freaking
album on
ill?
the Amico store.
that is also correct.
I feel much better now that I actually ate dinner. I was feeling kind of ill before. I got better though.
So
I think I'll go for a walk. See if anybody catches that reference.
Produced by Panda Sub. I guess you'll have to talk to Panda and Mike from Next Level Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, like we've talked about that a lot. It's a shame we don't live close by. I mean, I'm very, very high up in the sky, but because I actually love making music videos, and these songs are there's so many different genres that I would love to try to. It's always a new thing to make, which is what I love about it. So I'm hoping one day you swing on by and we pump out like 10 videos. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. Oh,
I think if you
Johnny
just threw
Upstairs.
up a green screen, Chuck, you guys could work it out. Because if you could do some green screen footage,
You
could
don't
work with that.
say.
Wow, that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. Imagine if we
Interesting
did
if
that.
that was going on.
Interesting.
It's like the worst kept secret on YouTube. YouTube.
We need a Panda Sub DJC collaboration. Now, and I hope I don't get trademarked for this, but wouldn't that be something? Now I got
That would be something.
Now I got
Would that not be a
Tommy
thing?
$2.
I'm expecting Art Bigfall to put his foot down on this one. This will not stand.
You don't say.
Oh, the crusty ass swamp donkey is the best band in outer space.
Got a crusty ass swamp donkeys t-shirt.
Yeah.
Just bought Cloudy Mountain, dude.
It could be the next
thank you.
Green Jello or Green
That's
Jello.
awesome.
As they had
Green
their
jelly,
name.
yeah.
I love the band.
So good.
I'm going to I'm going to be moving. How do I get a hold of a television? You should be able to contact them through the website on television.com. I think it's /support.
Support at Intellivision.com.
Yeah.
Support.
And
there's
I
a
think
direct-
you can actually if you have any kind of email from them on any purchases you made, there's an email link to their support there, and you can always talk to them that way as well.
You can also send them to me if you want, and then I promise I might consider giving it back to you.
Hey, what's up, man?
Howdy, Si.
Yo. But I do appreciate. Yeah, there you go. You get to talk to Brittany. She will help you out with everything.
Brittany's very helpful. She always does her best to help everybody out.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if she
but
has her
we're hitting. I can't get over the backdrop, dude. It's like I'm looking in a mirror.
We have Metal Joe Rocks. I thought it was Metal Jesus Rocks for a second. I thought, wow, holy crap.
And then lo and behold, it was just
And then I
Joe.
reread it again. Wait a minute.
This would never come here.
Just a big CTs.
I have
we get metallic Jesus.
Oh, nice. Me too. Oh, you're recording TurboGrafx stuff. Oh, dude, we're gonna have to get together very soon. I'm gonna do a 16-bit show, and I'd like to have you and John and Jeff and whoever likes to talk TurboGrafx and stuff, dude.
I'll tell you, I do a lot of 16-bit stuff. It's just not necessarily TurboGrafx. I do a lot of SNES and Genesis.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Television.
And you just did a Ghostbusters review, which was fantastic, by the way.
Dude, I
Thank
saw
you.
that. It came out great.
I was shocked at how good that was.
I fixed the split in that you mentioned.
Yes.
It bugged the crap out of me all night. And I'm like, God, I can't pull this down now. I know. Wait a minute. YouTube has an editor. I hate this thing.
Oh,
we gotta fix
cool.
it.
Oh, so you could do that. You were able to chop it out that way.
Yes, I
Oh,
was.
nice. But seriously, I thought you did such a good job of like talking a little bit behind the scenes of it, with also like a little bit of the subtleties of what the actors were doing and all that stuff. Like I thought you really analyzed it perfectly. So
I'm
nice
glad
job.
because that was like the first one I did, and I'm like, I have no idea if this is going to be any good or not. We're going to try
It's
it.
good.
Because I've watched like a lot. I usually like watching Nostalgia Critic on like Channel Awesome and stuff like that. So a lot of my thought process went from how he'll kind of break down scenes or actors' performances and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I like that kind of style, but I kind of want to do it my own way. So
Yeah,
that's
you
kind
did
of
great, man.
where I got the idea from, anyway.
That's
And this
pretty
was the
awesome.
original
They say-
Ghostbusters. I've not
Yes.
seen it.
Yep,
I
it's
mean,
the,
your video.
Yeah, I want to do.
never
I figured you
seen
saw
the movie.
Ghostbusters. I mean, if you grew up in the '80s or 90s, you probably
Right.
saw Ghostbusters. I mean, that was like, I think everybody saw that movie, whether they liked it or not, or whether they like it now or not. And things have gotten so PC now that people are hating on things that they used to love when they were a kid. I'm like,
Nick, I don't know how many times I need to tell you, censoring everything makes art better. So
Yeah.
when you're afraid to say anything, it makes conversation. It moves things forward.
At the risk of having my
Censor.
entire channel canceled,
part of the
I
gallery is
couldn't
a
be
giant
happier
black
when they
box.
tried to cancel Dave Chappelle and nobody cared.
He deserves it. Comedy is much more funny when you're terrified to say everything.
Right.
So that's my quote. Don't cancel me.
Oh my god.
Cancel you right back, mofos.
It's been a lovely audience.
It's been fun,
I'm so
guys.
sorry.
Now we're canceled.
It's 2 hours of apologizing.
Ram quickly exit stage left.
So sorry.
That's what. Whatever. I'm not going to go off on that, but that's a different tangent. I don't want to bring up on this show.
I get why people were upset. I just feel like they're. I don't know. Everybody needs to learn to have a sense of humor these days. I feel like we've gotten way too tense.
Yeah, Masters was pretty cool. The new Masters of the Universe.
Both of those shows are pretty good. I saw both of them on Netflix, and one was a lot more kiddie, but felt a lot more like the cartoon I grew up on, with some modifications. And they had two.
No,
one was Masters of the Universe Revelations, and I think one was just called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And one was a lot more kid focused. It looked a little bit. The characters looked a little more toy-like than the Revelations one.
Yeah,
and both of them are on
Masters
Netflix.
of the Universe was
Are you talking about the original one in the 80s?
No. This was a new one done with CGI and stuff like that. And
Oh,
it was a whole new
CGI.
show,
Okay,
yeah.
got you. Okay.
And they've got one that's hand-drawn animation as well. That's Revelations. It was
that one was the one I saw. I thought
that's the
good.
Kevin Smith one. Yeah, but they brought out another one after that.
Mario movie thoughts.
Button J Chuck will let loose with unexpected horrifying opinions that nobody sees coming and traumatizes us all. File the prediction. Oh God, man, did you have to say that? Oh man. I need my Amico. I'll never apologize for anything I ever done. I've made very explicit music throughout my life. Like that was my whole music career. When you're talking about when I was doing music, it was the time of Howard Stern at his peak. It was the time of Insane Clown Posse at their peak. It was Rob Zombie. It was
I could never get into Insane Clown Posse.
It was anything that was just in your face, kind of whoever could come up with the most disgusting, offensive, cool, and most of it was comedy and tongue in cheek. And I'm not saying I'm proud of a lot of some of the stuff. I mean, but you think about it, I started doing that stuff when I was 18 years old. Most of the time, if you listen to newer stuff that I've done over the last 10 years is a lot different. When you're a teenager or a kid in their 20s, you're gonna go nuts. But I'm never gonna apologize for any of it. It was just the time.
You should apologize.
I wouldn't do it now. Now I'm doing.
Always apologize. That's how you do this. Just apologize forever. And I actually think it's going to be fun when you have some young kid listening to your Amico music, and then they're like, "Oh, he's got other albums," and then just crap his pants.
Well, the thing is the game studio stuff is completely separate from the other stuff.
Oh, this looked fun.
But,
my God.
Yeah, the Christmas
Amico is the gateway.
Yeah, those were like the worst, man. Those were like the worst.
It's like the Pandora's box of JC.
Because I want to hear Nick come on one of your songs and riff super fast, Machine Gun Kelly style. That would be amazing. That would be very cool. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said,
that will come off as nothing but gibberish. I do not do well.
I think it's a shame, Chuck, that you didn't like. It turns out that you were making a lot of like Enya styled albums prior to this. Like that would be fun if you have like wind chimes and your hair is blowing in the wind.
What was the one from the 90s? Enigma.
Enigma.
Yes!
I had a couple of Enigma albums that were good.
Enigma ain't bad.
No, Enigma was fun. However, Enya, every time I was driving home and it was like midnight and I closed like in retail, I could not put Enya on because I had like an hour drive going home. I would start falling asleep and going off the side of the road. I'm like, I can't do this right now.
Oh my God, that's funny, man. Well, we're a little over an hour. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it time of death. No. We will see you next week. Hopefully, I'll have a full subscription to StreamYard.
I got nothing.
So that we can get more people on. I don't have to worry and be like, I can only fit 4 more. So, yeah, I'm going to break down and pay for the annual subscription. But I want to go around the table here. Panda, what you got coming up?
This Monday, the 25th, I've got a really, really gigantic episode that's going to talk about 3 retro horror games, but wrapped around inside this big Star Trekian, Star Warsian saga episode. And there is a scene in there that is going to be interesting for what people say about that. So anyway, check that out this Monday. And I appreciate the podcast. Appreciate the chat. Thanks for having me.
Mr. Rab.
Oh, stuff.
Stuff.
I'm trying to finalize some editing on a video that I hope to get out in the next couple of days. So, I'm working on it.
Very, very,
but
very cool.
yeah, it's no
Mr.
Ghostbusters.
Dude, my stuff is just faster to put together than yours because I don't do hour-long videos, man. That's a colossal amount of work, dude.
That's not how big your episode is.
Yeah,
it is when you're
That's
editing
if you have episodes.
You got anything else coming up, Nick? I know you got the Ghostbusters review.
Yeah, I've got the Ghostbusters Genesis thing. I think I wrapped that one up. So I was doing it while I was recording the game because I did finally manage to complete it. So I'm probably going to split that up into 2 pieces because it's like an hour and a half, and I don't want to upload that as one thing. I think that's just too much time to ask for people. So I'll probably split that up into 2 pieces and upload that. I might do another movie review since this one was kind of an experiment, and since people seem to kind of like the format, I might do the next one, and then if I can get to it, I'd like to at least do the TV series. I'm leery about trying to do the 2016 one, to be honest with you, because I've tried to love that one.
Start your apologizing now, Nick. Start your apologizing now.
I can't get into it, and I have my own reasons for it. You know,
I thought it was hilarious, personally. I was laughing the entire time. You can tell from my expression.
I was about to say, me and you need to talk, because I'd like to find humor in that movie. I struggled
And it's
with
a shame. It was actually a solid cast. They just didn't have a script.
I actually didn't think that cast would work.
Well, it didn't. They didn't have a good script.
No, I just didn't think it would work, period.
Oh, okay.
Mostly because they're all...
Because you hate women. That's it right now.
No,
just admit it. Just admit it.
Cancel.
Boo!
They've all done almost their entire career, other than small stints elsewhere, on SNL. And so the entire thing to me came off like they were trying to do a Ghostbuster skit.
But the men were on SNL.
Yeah,
whoa, double standards.
All those guys were SNL people.
They were.
But I mean, trust me, I'm not defending that newbie at all. It's terrible.
I'm just busting your balls, Nick.
But they had done a lot of different acting and showed serious acting chops outside of that. And some of the women that were
they had testosterone. I understand.
And
I hate you so much right now, thanks.
On that note, everyone, we are going to get out of here. Thank you, everyone.
And I'm canceled.
Nick is now canceled. Thank you, everyone. Chad, thank you so much.
It's nice having a channel.
Thank you. Sub to all these guys. Don't sub to me. I'm terrible. Then don't buy my album because it is awful. At djcgamestudios.com. All right. We will see you next week. Take care.
Lease it.